And a Renaissance is a rebirth or awakening, and we're going to go back to the ideals and the standards of ancient Greece and Rome. Renaissance is going to begin in southern Italy. It was a climate just waiting for it to blossom forth, and it's going to spread northward from southern Italy all the way through Europe, all the way up to England and other European countries. The Renaissance is probably the most artistically fluid period in history. You have wonderful minds. There's the expression, the Renaissance man. Wonderful artists like Michelangelo and the Sistine Chapel and Leonardo da Vinci, Botticelli. You have the wonderful architecture, beautiful sculpture, Michelangelo's David. You have Northern Renaissance with Hieronymus Bosch and Albrecht Dürer and his beautiful printmaking. France, Italy, all of them competed. All of them had different styles, all of them had different subjects, but all of them had that wonderful flame of creativity and expression.
An invention made during the Renaissance has probably affected the world more than any other, even gunpowder. It's the printing press. The early Chinese had used wood blocks to print, but the development of movable metal type by a German goldsmith named Johann Gutenberg around 1454 made it possible to print at what was then an undreamed of speed, up to 300 pages per day. Information could now be shared not just by the elite, but by almost everyone.
You're going to find something else that comes in late Middle Ages, early Renaissance, is that people are going to start writing in the vernacular, which means in the common language. Up until this point, the scholars either wrote in Greek or Latin. Well, the common man had no chance of going to school and learning a foreign language. But now you're going to find authors writing in the vernacular.
Wider access to ideas contributed to great world changes over the next few centuries. Accounts of exploration of the Western Hemisphere aroused excitement about colonizing the New World. The printed word also played a part in democratic revolutions in the United States and later, France.
It's going to lead to literacy and people wanting changes. They're going to question the status quo. They're going to demand human rights. And as they begin to read, reading and knowledge is power. And as the people became more literate, they demanded more power.
You can't understand the French Revolution unless you realize all the printed material that came out from it and that people could read and understand. This is true of the American Revolution as well. You know, we have newspapers, you have communications from various people, so that if you were living in Boston, you could understand what people in Philadelphia were saying. A few days later, you would have a copy of what was called a broadsheet. It's just a single sheet that would be taken out, perhaps put up on the wall, and people would have access to this. I don't think you can underestimate the significance of the printing press.